Let's skip music. Okay, so all the announcements, usual announcements have been made. Right, so let's talk about Eldrazi Tron. Okay. So, Eldrazi Tron. So with this deck, I think I want to start with the biggest challenge with this deck, which is that a lot of people think this is like a normal Tron deck, but in reality this is much closer to a mid-range deck, and I'm going to kind of explain that in just a bit. What Eldrazi Tron actually is the ultimate mid-range deck in terms of its threats. So it looks to be a mid-range deck that wins the mirror. And it does so by playing cards that are playing threats that are extremely resilient in Matter Reshaper, and then moves on to Disruption with Thought-Knot Seer, and again, Reality Smasher. So all these threats are kind of hard to deal with the cards currently available in Modern, and either very disruptive or just, again, very hard to deal with. But unlike other mid-range decks, it tops the curve with cards like Karn Liberated and Ulamog, which you can search through a Sanctum of Ugin. And it does so by playing a hybrid mana base of both the Eldrazi Temples, which allow you to get these Eldrazi into play a lot quicker, so pretty much guaranteeing that Thought-Knot Seer will come into play on turn 3 thanks to Expedition Map. And alternatively, it also allows you to hit Tron, and the usual amount of mana that comes from that. So, once you realize these things, that it's basically a mid-range deck, you start realizing that essentially, because it's a mid-range deck, you realize that you're trying to disrupt your opponent in some sense. You're not just trying to do your own thing and just go over the top, although that is the case in a few matchups. You assume that other decks might go over the top of you, given infinite time and no disruption. So you still need to present these threats that kill your opponent quickly in Reality Smasher and Thought-Knot Seer. So it's kind of like a hybrid deck in that sense. Otherwise, what does the deck do? Yeah, it just tries to get either Tron online, and the associated insane cards that go with it in Karn. Although sometimes you can go simply Thought-Knot Seer and Matter Reshaper, or build towards a Ulamog. It also plays 4 copies of Chalice of the Void, because it doesn't play Stars and Spheres, so it can afford to play 4 copies and on 1 mana spells. Usually you want to put Chalice at 1 against a lot of decks in Modern, sometimes 2, depending on what the matchup is. But the fact is, you could actually put Chalice at, say, 4 mana, if you were against a Scapeshift deck or something like that. That was a bit weird, because you have the Tron land, so it's not impossible to challenge for X equals 4. Yeah. And otherwise, you have some utility lands. You have Cavern of Souls, Sanctum of Ugin. So Sanctum of Ugin you search because you want to be able to cast your Ulamog. And because it triggers off a colorless spell, you can sacrifice it when you're playing Allisdust or Karn. You have your Cavern of Souls. If you're against a blue deck, you can simply Expedition map for the Cavern. Against blue-white, it's worth noting, they have a lot less hard counter magic that isn't cryptic. So you kind of want to keep the Cavern because they have access to Field of Ruin. So that and Spreading Seas. And then you kind of and then you have Walking Ballista, which are again part of this mid-range plan. You can either play a role as Mock Fanatic early in the game or finishing the match at 4 or 5, giving the deck some reach. This card also allows you to not auto lose to company decks, because otherwise you would be in ludicrous trouble against those decks. Since instead of like just having the Tron engine of Oblivion Stones, you have nothing. So the Ballista's helping you bridge like that. At least that's my view. You also play 2 ways to kind of fight Blood Moon, since you need actual colorless mana, like hard colorless. As for the sideboard, you have Warping Whale as a like catch-all card. But the main card for me are the 4 Relics of Progenitus. So this exact build seems to like just rely on Scavenger Grounds as game 1 Graveyard Hate. But then we'll board into Relic for to be fair, Relic is better against a wide variety of matches, while Scavenger Grounds is a land, but it's more like for like Storm, for example. Like it's a lot harder for them to combo off through the casting place against Scavenger Grounds. Next up, you have Collar. The combo with Walking Ballista and Collar is the reason that card is here. Sometimes you play against Burn as well, and like just putting this on the Ali's land is very powerful. And yeah, you have Cages as additional Graveyard Hate and additional hate against Company decks, which Relic may not hate as much. Polybean Needle, Ratchet Bomb, you have Witchbane Orb, and some Hangerback Walkers. We're just gonna take this deck for a spin and just see how it plays out. I have not played a Tron deck in ages, so I'm gonna probably spend a lot more on the sequencing than a player that's experienced with Tron would. So you can see our beautiful 0-3 from yesterday's stretch deck that went super well. Yeah, okay, we're gonna play Eldrazi Tron. Today is the Modern Challenge, so I'm assuming a lot of people are possibly playing their own matches at the moment as well. I've decided not to play it because I wanted to keep it a little more of a consistent schedule. And I prefer this style for video on demand, like for leagues, since I get to play my 5 matches. But yeah, chances are there's a lot of Modern content today. Okay, so... However, people always play Modern, so I don't think it's going to be difficult to find. Okay. So we're going to play first. Now, the thing with like a deck like this is you have to figure out, like, what am I... Like, before you even play your first land, like, what is the plan? So here, this hand is, like, what I would assume a borderline keep. Because Walking Ballista is pretty weak in it. But you basically this hand what it's trying to do is get an Eldrazi Temple off map and cast a turn-free Thought-Knot Seer. It does have a Scavenger Grounds in case we're against a Graveyard Hate deck. So because we can go turn-free Thought-Knot Seer is a little slow, but we can follow it up with a turn-4 Smasher, so that's okay. So this hand is like probably a very, very borderline keep, but we'll keep it. Having the 2 ace is a bit awkward though if we get hit by Path to Exile or Ghost Quarter. So these are actually really awkward here. So, I mean, I think this is very borderline, but we're going to keep just to see how it pans out. I suspect it's fine just because you can guarantee that you're going to Thought Knot on turn 3, but it's not very exciting. So we go Waste Map. This also tells our opponent we're on an Eldrazi Tron, because normal Tron doesn't play Wastes. Although they very unlikely to play Scouting Ground, so... Okay, Flooded Strand is interesting here. So here we have the choice of playing Mind Stone or cracking the map. I'd rather play Mind Stone, since if we're against a blue deck, I'd rather crack this for Cavern down the line. So I'm gonna play a Scavenger Grounds. Yeah, I don't want my opponent to know they can path too easily. Maybe that's a mistake. I should maybe play the second Waste. So we play Mind Stone. This only gets disrupted by Spell Snare, really. So very rarely. People just don't play Pierce in modern main decks anymore. It's not a card you can play. Right, so our opponent's gonna fetch end of turn. Steam Vent. Lightning Bolt us? Opt, okay. If they pass with 2 mana up, I don't know if they're on Storm or on, okay, well, I don't know if they're on Storm or, what's it, or the other deck, like a blue X control deck, but, thankfully, we don't, because our opponent only has Steam Vents up, we can easily just play this Thought Knots here and find that out. If our opponent passed with 2 mana, that would actually be really tough out. So they played Serum Visions and they topped both cards. So this makes Thought Knot a lot worse because we don't see what the top cards are. But we're gonna assume that if they're a combo deck, that they got the pieces, they didn't get redundant pieces, they got the pieces they needed. I think we're gonna play Mine into Thought Knot here. I think we just need the 4/4 body. I don't think we can, like, if I had Thoughtseize, I maybe wouldn't Thoughtseize this turn if it was like that card, but I don't think we can like not like play a 4/4 here. Chances are our opponent's on Storm though, based on this opener. Oh, they're on Free the Reach, okay. Well, that's different. Let's see here. So this is actually kind of an interesting hand, because we're not actually worried about Blood Moon here. Blood Moon is not actually an issue because we have basic wastes and we also have Mind Stone. So like Blood Moon is actually at its possible worst against our present situation. So normally I would take Blood Moon in a like normal game, like if I had like 2 Tron pieces or something, but like here it's bad. So the options become Snapcaster Mage and Emerald Pool. Essentially, if my opponent's at 17, so they die in 2 turns to this Reality Smasher. So I'm much more inclined to take the Snapcaster Mage here. So our opponent can't dig because they need to like play 2 lands for these Through the Breaches. So next turn they play land, and then we play Smasher, attack for 9 down to 8, and then our opponent's in trouble. They need like 2 lands. So by taking Snapcaster, we prevent them drawing, and Blood Moon doesn't stop at all what we're trying to accomplish. So I gotta take Snapcaster Mage, even though our opponent has Through the Breach and Emerald Coast. I just don't want... Having Snapcaster able to block plus draw a card is not something we want to see. Since that's what it's going to allow our opponents to dig out. So I went in place. I don't think they should have played Scalding Tarn here, but that's just me. Now we know that they... Yeah, so they're going to play Blood Moon and think that that card is incredible here. It's not. It looks great, but it doesn't do much. So we play this second waste and Reality Smasher, and then we attack with both. And this is why I mean it's a mid-range deck. Like if you think that, like unlike Tron, we're not leisurely trying to kill our opponent. We're trying to kill them like after we've disrupted them really fast. So this is why I was saying it was a mid-range deck. And you can like see the effect here, right? Is like you Fall Not Seer into Reality Smasher is kind of an unreal piece of objection. Okay, so we're Through the Breach. They have Snapcaster Mage, but Relic is not primarily there. Warping Whale doesn't really stop for the breach. This can't really be a good matchup. Gravedigger's Cage also doesn't stop for the breach. Pivy Needle doesn't either. Like, there's very little we can sideboard, to be actually honest. Most of our sideboard is just not going to help. Like, although there are cards in our main deck that aren't great, so All Is Dust is a bit awkward. We know they're playing, so Chalice is still pretty good because you can put it on 1. And we do need to deal with Blood Moon. Like, that game was fine, but we're going to be on the draw. Ratchet Bomb is extraordinarily slow to deal with it, though. Let's see. Relic is okay against Snapcaster, but it doesn't really do much else. It does draw a card, so Relic would be like my default board card if nothing else happens. We could also play Basilisk Collar. It looks bad, but Basilisk Collar with Walking Ballista means that they can't combo Emrakul. It's very easy though for them. I assume they're gonna board in Ceremonious Rejection, so I'm just gonna double check quickly what they board in. They normally board in Ceremonious Rejections, and with Blood Moon, that's actually gonna be really strong against us. I may not have time to actually look at what they play in the board, but I'm gonna assume there's Ceremonious Rejections, and yeah, Blood Moon's gonna stay in. Karn is okay. Removing a land is really good. These are just threats, although War Coil is a little worse. So I don't like the Dismembers. The Ballistas are fine because they have Snapcaster and sometimes Cleek. All Is Dust is also mediocre. I'm gonna board in 2 Relics just because they can't trip, and to avoid getting Blood Moon too hard. Ratchet Bomb's a bit slow, but should do the job because it's cheap. Another Blood Moon 7 lands is actually a big ask, so we're gonna go like this. I don't like the Ratchet Bombs in this matchup. It's just maybe like worrying too much about Blood Moon. Maybe I don't need them, but I think on the draw I'll cut one. Okay, we have Chalice. So this is a bit awkward, like the Chalice for 1 and this. But we could also Chalice for 5. That'd be weird though. Right. Let's see here. My turn 1 play is going to be to play Map. Essentially, like, if we can develop Tron and they don't have Blood Moon, that's great. Otherwise, we can get a waste. But they counter the map, so that's actually kind of awkward for us. We could have led with Relic there instead of Map, but I felt that was a little too weak. So now, if they Blood Moon, we're in real dire straits, but there's only so much you can do. I'm gonna play this Relic, and the plan is going to be to crack the Relic. And then return. What about Ceremonious Rejections this? I mean, sure, off, that's fine. I'd rather do that than Chalice for 1. We can Chalice for 1 a little, like, next turn. Like, I'd rather recycle this card first. Recycle this card, sorry. Right, so our opponent probably has Blood Moon the way they played that out. They could have always rejected our map. I guess the turn they tap out for Blood Moon they couldn't have, but I think keeping map for turn 3 was wrong. They also have to have the rejection. Okay, so our opponent doesn't have... we're just going to exile all graveyards. No need to remove a card. We drew Temple, which is actually unreal. Because now we're not vulnerable to Snapcaster Mage. There's kind of... We could run into a rejection here. But I think that's okay because we have another Thought Knot. And we... Like, if they have a second rejection, they could counter Chalice as well. We just win the match on that Thought Knots here. That's actually kind of unreal. Like... I think if our opponent his plan is to concede to Thought Knot on turn 3, they should... Maybe they shouldn't have rejection the Thought Knot. I guess I can get cavern, but... Yeah. That was weird. I don't think people should concede this early. Like, what if my hand was like total air? Like, I mean, I have another Thought Knot, but the rest is pretty mediocre unless I draw a Tron land. That was a bit... I think that was a bit premature of a concession by opponent. We're gonna move on to the next match. I think people just concede too early. Like, if like, the match doesn't go their way, they concede way too early. Like, that just seems to be a little too common in my view. Okay, we found the match. So we won the roll. Steinerson, that name is very familiar. Why is that name familiar? Let me see. Steinerson is a very familiar name. Tommy Ashton? Oh, yeah. Tommy is like secretly one of the best players in the world. Or like, he's like top 100 in my view. He just plays online almost always. He keeps qualifying online. So we have Tower, Mine, Stone. I mean, this has a key though. This thing has a sequence. We'll probably start with Tower here and just pass. But, yeah. I'd rather keep the Ballista, so like for later because we can really make the axis large potentially. Steam Vents, okay. Right, sir. There's another blue deck. Steam Vents is not a good land for us, even though we just beat it, because it usually means that they're on some kind of combo blue-red deck, and those decks are not good for us. So we draw Mine. We're gonna play Mine Stone here. For our opponents, if our opponent plays a okay, so the opponent's passing. I might play a Ghost Quarter here, just to like fetch a waste if we need to. So I'm gonna play Matter Reshaper here, and I'm gonna have Ghost Quarter at the ready if we need to fetch a waste to get some Blood Moon, which isn't like totally unlikely. Our opponent could be on Storm, but they probably would have made a mana creature this turn. Okay, they just passed, right? We have all his dust against Blood Moon game 1, but like that's pretty far, so I'd rather... Yeah, our opponent just passes. Why are they on? They could be on like some combo deck. No, they started Lightning Bolt. Okay, they're not on combo. Here we're gonna attack with Matter Reshaper. I could play Ballista for 2. Do I want to play Ballista for 2 here? Our opponent could bolt it. I think that's okay though. Maybe I'm wrong. It's still a threat. If they counter it, I don't really care. Except for Remand. Remand might be the only counter I care about, but they should have remanded. They would have remanded Reshaper last turn if they had the Remand, I suspect. That's weird. I guess our opponent drew the Remand? Or they were preparing to Remand a deck threat this turn and we didn't hit Tron. Okay, they're on Storm with Lightning Bolt. Yeah, Baral. Okay, well, we're not going to Ghost Quarter. If our opponent goes off here, we're just kind of cold. These matchups are bad if you don't have Thought-Knot Seer. There's not much I can do here. I just have to watch as this happens, kind of, actually. Not having a Relic main deck doesn't help. We also didn't have a map, which might have helped. Yeah. Give some given. No matter what we do here, our opponent like basically combos off, so they just get Past in Flames and Grape Shot, and that's basically it. Yep. Or they have the Grape Shot. Let's see. I don't want to give them Manamorphose, because Manamorphose, well, it's a card, so... Like, giving them Passive Flames is 1 mana, but giving them a Ritual is, like, 2, so I'll put the Desperate and Manamorphose in the graveyard. Not that it matters much. They're, like, our opponent has, like, everything they need here. We just didn't have an interaction piece. We were on the play. To be fair, our opponent's winning on turn 4, so like it's not like unreasonable. Like this is like the drawback with a deck like Eldrazi Tron is like these situations. Like you have these walking ballistas and your opponent's like doing something inherently powerful. We also didn't hit Chalice for 1 wouldn't have done much, as you can see. You would have had to do a Chalice for 2. But yeah, this is super bad for us, of course. Right. Opponent flashes back 1,000 cantrips. I mean, it could have been that I would have seen that my opponent had Remand in hand, and like not played anything. But they didn't Remand last turn. I guess they're from their mindset they want to Remand something big. Battery Shaper just doesn't matter. That's fair. But I didn't put my opponent on store necessarily. I mean, I put my opponent on combo, so maybe. I think passing there would have taken a lot of discipline, though. Okay, so... they have Grape Shot and already have a Passing Flames in the graveyard, so... we're just gonna put both Rituals in the graveyard. Not it matters much. Our opponent's already won, so... They had like 1,000 mana, roughly. Well... Okay, Sleight of Hand, sure. Storm counts 18? Okay. Did I give them the Grape Shot? Oh, I guess I did. I probably shouldn't have done that. No, it matters. The Storm count is like 19. Right. I'm gonna concede the game here, since Storm count is way more than enough. Okay. Right, so, against Storm, we want Relic of Progenitus, Witchbane Orb. That doesn't do much. Cage stops Past in Flames, but not much else. And unlike Relic, it's kind of a dead card otherwise. So I'm not, like, the biggest fan of it. Warping Well's good, though. So, I'll put the Cages here, but I'm not the biggest fan of them, because we're already bringing in a lot. And I don't want to dilute my deck too much. That said, Walking Ballista is pretty bad. Chalice is good, but at 2, All This Dust is awkward. Against Storm, we are wary of Blood Moon and Empty post board. Because of Ratchet Bomb becomes good as a result. Dismembers are good against the creatures. Endbringer's okay, because once you tap with that, you draw cards, you should be in really good shape. Let's see. Hangerback Walker. No. Needle. What would Needle? No, Needle wouldn't get anything of use. Basilisk Collar, no. Alice Dust, no. Karn. Karn can get lands, but you really need Natural Tron for Karn. And this deck is a lot worse than Natural Tron. Like, getting a land with Karn is super relevant, though. Or even a card. I'll see. We want all of these for sure, though. We already have Ulamog. I think we'll stay with Ulamog rather than Karn. All these creatures are okay. Matter Reshaper is probably the worst one. Yeah, we can cut our Reshaper since we don't really... It puts pressure, but not the right type. We could cut this Wormcoil Engine. Wormcoil is really good against Empty the Wards, though, because it's not like you... Like, it's a good Empty the Wards card, because our opponent can't, like, attack, really, through a Wormcoil Engine. I think this is fine. Yeah. We'll submit this. Yes. Our hand has Witchbane Orb, which is by far one of the best cards. It counters Gifts Ungiven as well, which is super powerful. We have Expedition Map. So let's see here. We want a Chalice for X equals 2 anyways. We don't have that much pressure, so our hand's actually really slow. That's the problem. Because we want to go turn 1 map. Turn 2 sack the map, and turn 3 like play map sack. It's pretty slow, but our opponent would have to come off on turn 3, and our hand is very powerful otherwise. Because I like having Witchbane Orb and Chalice. So I'm gonna keep because the hate cards are super powerful, but I think this is like one of the weaker hands we could keep. I'm not even sure this is a keep. This might be wrong. The fact that we can get wastes and not lose to is nice. We could lose to empty the warrants though, which is awkward. So Eldrazi, okay, and then we play map. The other issue is that our opponent knows we're probably land light here. We could get a temple too. Since we have a second map for wastes, just in case. We'll see what happens here. We got a smasher. So here, I'm a fan of just getting a temple, most likely. So that we can cast everything. Right, sleight of hand. Okay, passes. Okay, so here we want to get an Eldrazi Temple. And we can always get a waste later. Because if we draw Fontnots here, it's really good here. Where's this tower? Okay. I'd rather play the Temple since A, my opponent knows about the card. And it's not so bad. Okay, so we're gonna tap the... I'm not gonna bluff. I could have bluffed by, but like I don't think our opponent has counter magic or that it matters, so yeah. So here our opponent plays Electromancer. If our opponent has like turn 3 combo, like we just lose. Oy. Turn 3 isn't that common with Storm, especially post-board. Oh my god. Well, double Desperate. Like, keeping a hand without disruption like this is really awkward, but it felt fine because if we can get to turn 4, we basically shut down most of our opponent's deck. Empty? Okay. Well, we can maybe beat Empty the Wars. If we draw into Ratchet Bomb. We need to draw into Ratchet Bomb, right? I guess here... How much do I want to worry about Bloodbraid at this point? Because we're gonna die in 3 turns, currently. If I play Smasher and block. So... let me think. If my opponent plays Blood Moon, I think I have to get the power plant here. Just hope. Okay, we got another temple. Okay, we're gonna play power plant and Eldrazi Smasher. And just stay back. Staying back with Smasher is always awkward. Right, so we play Goblin Electromancer. Yeah, we're still, like, we basically have to draw a Ratchet Bomb as an out. Okay. Opponent might have Gifts Ungiven. Warping Whale? Warping Whale is interesting. Let me think here. We need to survive, so I can't really play around the card Gifts and Given at this point. We can at least play Temple here. Again, not attacking, which is really frustrating, but is what it is. Yeah, and our opponent plays Gifts Ungiven, which we're gonna let resolve. Yeah, it was a bit. It's all a bit unfortunate. I could have mulliganed the hand, just like turn 4 interactions a little slow, but right. So our opponent's got if we put Passive Flames in the graveyard, we can then just play the Warping Wail on it. So I'm a fan of giving our opponent Pass and Flames and Ritual. So click a card to put in the graveyard. So we're gonna put Pass and Flames in the graveyard, and I guess Grape Shot because I can't survive if my opponent gets the Grape Shot. Yeah. They often have empty, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's hard to do much. I could have mulliganed, but a Relic wouldn't have done it, so... Right, that's fine. Piece of the puzzle, Jesus Christ. That's the draw. Opponent has Pass and Flame, so we can't really counter this. This is just going to be awkward. Our opponent's going to take... Serum Visions and Desperate in their hand? Okay. I think this is fine. We have the Warping Well for the Pass and Flames. It's not so bad. This is fine. Warping Well is pretty important. Right, well, we're gonna have 6 the rest of this turn, and basically our only draw is, oh really, what is it? Oh, pieces? Jeez. Ugh. I guess they take 2 Manamorphos? Yes. This is kind of savage. I mean, we were already needing to draw Ratchet. If our opponent does nothing this turn and we draw Ratchet Bomb, we can Witchbane Orb. Yeah. Yeah, okay, that's a probably good sign. Our opponent played both, right? Okay, that's a good sign. Right, so they attack, and we hope to draw into Ratchet Bomb, essentially. Or even Wormcoil Engine would actually have done the trick here. Yeah. Well, these goblins are gonna get us. Sadly. Nothing I can do here. We have Tron. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Well, yeah, Storm is clearly an awful match. Like, you're playing a mid-range deck with less disruption. But it's much worse there. Like, when, yeah. I mean, we were on the play that game, too. Yeah. I mean, Storm is clearly not the match you want to face when you're playing Eldrazi Tron. There is a like argument for like the hand we kept. Like, should it have been kept in the first place? Since it was pretty slow. Like, cause you need Chalice needs to be at 2, and Witchbane is a 4 mana card. So like, unless we had natural Tron, like maybe the hand should have been shipped because the disruption was too slow. Okay. Let's try to play against not Stevens. Oh, I put Expedition map in the lands. Oh, sorry. So, I just noticed that my graph has Expedition map in the lands, but which is obviously not the case. But I think it's not the worst place for it. So here, this hand isn't the best, but we're on the draw, and we have a pretty strong hand against a lot of different matchups. So I'm gonna keep it because Chalice on 1 kills some decks, and we also have like Mindstone. Relic would have bought no time in our game 2 match because they go for a piece of the puzzle and less pass inflames. So here, I want to lead with Eldrazi Temple, although it's pretty obvious what we're on as a result, but it's fine. My opponent went for basic island though. Oh, okay. They went for basic island, which maybe I should have like been worried about the white, but they're on. Oh wait, they're on that living end deck, right? So we should play Chalice for 0. Let's see. Do I want to play Mindstone or Reshaper here? I should have played Waste. Play Ghost Quarter to protect in case our opponent is on the experience area. But if they cycle Curator Mysteries, then yeah. We're just gonna play Reshaper first. Oh wait. If our opponent has Mana Leak, this is good now. Done. Let's play this for 0. See, that deck probably plays us. That's probably the As Foretold deck. Yep. Yep, it is. So yeah. Well, they wouldn't board out all the gifts because we're still on Eldrazi Tron, but yeah. And you need like raw cards. You still board in the relics because they like relic is so good because it cantrips, right? That's why that card is insane. Okay. We're just gonna attack here. And then we're gonna play Mindstone Matter Reshaper. Our opponent might have a Remand for this Mindstone, but they would have it for the Reshaper anyway, so it's fine. Yep. Right, that's fine. At least developed our mana. Curator Mysteries? I would probably hardcast Curators if my opponent just went Chalice. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Well, let's attack with this Reshaper. Right. I guess we pass. I could have ballisted for free, but I think it's fine to do Reshaper here. Ballista for free would kill our opponent next turn though, so that would have been like the biggest argument for it. Cryptic Command, bouncing Durell. Oh, Chalice, okay. Draw a card. Don't have much to say about this. Well, I mean, right now, there's not much I can do. So our opponent's gonna. Our opponent, if they had As Foretold, they would have played it though, right? Why wouldn't you play As Foretold earlier, though? Like, there was no need to... I guess if you had no mana. So our opponent, yeah, can living end here. But that's okay, because we get at least 2 things, and we still have all this dust. Battlefield. Battlefield. Oh, this is interesting. Let's see here. How much mana do we have access to for all this dust? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because it's a tribal Eldrazi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I think we're gonna sack the Mudstone here. Chalice, okay. I'm gonna just cast all this dust. I mean, if my opponent has another remand, they have another remand, and we can try next turn. There's only like 3 copies of remand in that deck, right? They might play Mana Leak as well, which is why they would have waited till turn 5. But this is why I would have played As Foretold on turn 3, is like you have access to more mana. Then I want to play this Chalice to 0. And I'm gonna check this deck now to see if the second Chalice is good. So many random decks in Modern. Right, this deck plays 4 mana, 4 Cryptic. Yeah, so playing a second... Oh, I can't play a second Chalice. I'm being ridiculous. Right, let's not do that. We could play a Chalice for 4. Okay, cycle Street Raid. Chalice for 4 would be totally fine. Architects of Will. Power, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We only have 7 mana though. I guess, let me think. I could play Reality Smasher here, I guess that's probably best. And then we can leave our opponent out of low life goal and we can just Ballista them next turn. Yeah, because we can't Chalice for 4, and I don't think any other amount really matters. I guess counter target spell, draw a card, okay. Annoying, but fine. Like, they have 4 Cryptics, and these Cryptics have to deal with Chalice. Also, the Smasher goes in the bin. Right, right. So this is what I mean. You should play the As Foretold. And then this Chalice... Right, well, this Chalice counters that, so I don't... Oh my god. Main deck Nimble? Does that deck play main deck Nimble? This version does. Dear god. Okay, that's some pretty sick tech. I mean... It's a bit weird, but... Okay, so this is... Oh, sorry. The volume went up. Okay, they have Nimble in their deck? Jeez. Right, so... I could play Chalice for 4, which at least locks out Cryptic. It doesn't lock out Nimble Obstructionist. But I think that's okay. I don't know how many Nimbles our opponent could be playing. And our alternative would be a Walking Ballista for 4. Let me think, do I want to do Walking Ballista while my opponent's tapped out, or... I think Chalice for 4 is good, so we're gonna just play it here. Our opponent can only have so many Nimbles in their deck. Yeah, cast a 7/7 with XP. Ooh, Scavenger rounds. Well, that makes sure that nothing can happen. Let's see. I think the Ballista should be a 4/4 though, so... Right. Access 4, done. It's obviously CMC 8, so totally fine. Right. And then we can just cast this All This Dust most likely. Our opponent's like getting As Foretold up. So they have only one Nimble Obstructionist. We at least stop this Curator of Mysteries hitting play. Right. These Curator of Mysteries. Certain Visions, sure. Get it? Right. Opponent kind of has to play a creature here. Because we can just pump the Ballista twice. I could also play, well, I can't play Thought-Knots here because it gets countered by this Chalice. I think here there's no need to attack or do anything. So I'm just going to pass because I have access to Scavenger Grounds and I can just up the Ballista if needed. So we're in no rush here. No rush whatsoever. We can just up the amount of counters on Walking Ballista later. That's fine. Right, that's okay too. This is really clever against Chalice main deck. Right, a second as foretold that you could cast for free. That's fine. Land, sure. Right. So now we're just gonna pump this Ballista up. Right, we win. Cool. For all our opponents get willed, all his dust got them. So our opponent plays Cryptic and Remand, so Karn is not going to be as good as usual. So they board in Nimbles, Fairy Macabres, and Swan Songs maybe? Nah, you wouldn't board in Swan Song. So Engineered Explosives probably they would. Sorry, my girlfriend's offering me tea, which is really nice. Right. So, anyways, we want these Warping Whales. We definitely want every copy of Relic we have. Cage doesn't work against Living End, so no. Pithing Needle works against Cycling technically, but not really what you want. Ratchet Bomb, not very good. Main Orb, not good. Hangerback Walker is like maybe. We don't want this member if our opponent's killing us with 5/5s with hexproof. I don't want Karn. Ulamog is kind of nice for the trigger, but I also don't really want these Ballistas. I don't want to shave all of them. I think I'll keep like maybe one. Reshaper, Thought-Knot, and Reality Smasher are good though. So let's board these in, and then I guess we can board out the Ballistas for Hangerbacks. Hangerback is okay against the Living End section, and they have Nimble Obstructionist though for the trigger, but I think that's okay. We keep in Chalices, and we keep in the Ulamog just because it's a cast trigger, and we can really get rid of our opponent's mana. Okay. I think pre-board this matchup relies a lot on Chalice, and post-board, like, you have Chalice and Relic, which is super powerful. Okay, so this hand, it's got 6 lands. That's not a very good thing, so we're gonna mulligan this. This hand is not great, but it does allow us to play Reshapers, so we can scry as well. It's harder for me to mulligan the second one, because, like, the Reshapers are not, like, that bad, and we get a scry. So it's a bit awkward to keep this hand, but I'd rather this than mulliganing. Like, the hand's mana is okay, and I'd rather this than mulligan to 5, I think. Just about. All this dust is, like, good post, but we'd rather prevent what's going on with a Chalice. We'd rather get a Relic or a Chalice, and we have, like, 8 copies of these cards. Opponent can Remand or Matter Reshaper, which is kind of awkward, but we'll live with it. I think the nicest part about this deck compared to Living End, like Classic, is you get to play 1 and 2 mana spells. By the way, our opponent bottom... No, 1 second. They topped their Scry, and they topped one of the Serum Vision cards, so they probably have their combo. I'm gonna play Urza's Mine here, since there's no way I can play Fondlon next turn. Then we're probably playing Temple next turn, so maybe that was a mistake. I should have just played Temple in case I get another utility land I want. Okay, so Island pass, right? Yeah, we're gonna get remanded here. There is a big argument for not running into the remand, but like we have to kind of fight for them. It's really nice that our hate cards are like 0 and 1, so remand is a lot worse. As foretold, good news is our opponent doesn't have Ancestral Visions, since they would have just Visions this turn. I'd rather keep this as a surprise. So our opponent like misprepares. We can play this Sanctum, I guess. It might have been a mistake to not play this in case I draw like Tron lands, but I'd rather keep the surprise. As Foretold at 1. Why do we add counters to As Foretold? Why would, I mean, even if you have another one, right? Like, what? I don't. Okay. I mean, this seems weird to me. Why would you add a counter? Are you trying to hardcast your... What is the plan? I mean, I know it's each turn. But like, you have Ancestral Vision. Is it less or... Extra less? Ah, okay. I misread the card. Okay, so our opponent does that. We just got a Reality Smasher. Right, it's extra less. I always thought it was X equal. I'm so sorry. I was being clearly superior card knowledge here. Okay, so this is why I should have played Cavern last turn. But our opponent played around. Right, so we played this, which... Eldrazi, okay. We can just play... Make sure our Eldrazi's uncounterable. And obviously we're not attacking here. We could attack, but I'd rather attack next turn when the clock is more definite. Our opponent also has Cryptic, so racing for them is a lot easier. Yeah, I just realized it's extra less. Okay, Ancestral Vision. Tolera West? Oh, I guess you get another Visions. Yeah, Tolera West seems awesome in this deck. How many are they running? 4, right? Yeah, like that card seems perfect. Ghost card, right? Oh, for Cavern? Okay. Right. I did not see the 5-0 Soldiers deck. Let me have a look quickly. Ghost Quarter, Eldrazi Temple. Sure. Yes, there is. That is other Eldrazi Temple, so... I might just play Power Plant here anyways, since we can cast the Smasher easily. Let's see, it's a 2-turn clock. That's okay. Our opponent got a Ghost Quarter. I think that was a mistake for our opponent to go with Ghost Quarter because it's not difficult for... Alright, so... Opponent blocks. 12. Right, attack would both go to 12. What's this? Living End? Okay. We lost our Smashers, but we got our Reshapers. Okay. Chalice. Kind of want to run this Chalice out for 0. It's not the greatest since our opponent already cast Visions and Illuminant, but we can cast this for 0. I think. Yeah. Since, yeah, I think that's okay. Okay, so here, I'll cast this Temple and just make sure it's not counterable. Right, we can't attack, which is a bit awkward. But yeah. At least our opponent can't cast any Visions or Living Ends they now have. Well, they could, like, obviously Cryptic. We have Sanctum of Ugin, though, which is really nice for if we draw, like, something like one of the larger things. Okay, they get Tolaria West. What are they getting this quarter? Living End? Okay, that can't be a good sign. Our opponent can cast a Cryptic for free, though, so that's really bad. Okay, well, I assume they have Nimble Obstructionist. Yeah. Okay. The Reshaper's dying isn't so bad, because Battlefield, you get to draw 2 cards off them, so Battlefield. We have a lot of mana, so 1 second. I need to figure out if I need to crack this relic or not. One probably has a Cryptic in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What do we have at 8th mana that we would need to cast? But I guess 1 second. Ulamog would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. So we'd be all at 1 off. I mean, exiling these Reshapers is a problem, and like if we draw all this dust, I really want to cast it, but it's high chance that our opponent has Chalice. Let's view cycle quickly. What ballistas? We boarded in relics. I guess we could like chain a bunch of relics. That's the most likely outcome. I want to make sure maybe it was wrong to do it end of turn, though. Expedition map is definitely not what we needed. Warping Whale? Well, it would exile this Nimble Obstructionist. Right, let's cast map. And then we're gonna exile this. Right. I guess I could have cracked on that. Okay. Right, so we're gonna crap the map at end of turn. Although if our opponent has a Nimble Obstructionist, that's like not doing it right away was a mistake. Right, so we go to 5. We can get either Tower or Scavenger Grounds. We can also get Seagate Rampage, but we have a land in hand, unfortunately. It's between Scavenger Grounds and Tower. Like, let's see, how do I win this game? I need to draw, like, if I All Is Dust, I can then tutor a colorless creature, which could be this 1/4 land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14. So if you draw All Is Dust, I can, yeah, I think Tower's better. If we draw one of the 7s. Even if we draw Ulamog, it's pretty good because we can exile the creatures and get a Bodnot Seal or something. Right, so untap. Warping Will makes a creature here, so I'm okay with just casting it now that our opponent doesn't know if it's important or not. Because like if our last card was like a Nulamog or something, then like countering this looks incredibly bad. Unless you have 2 cryptics. Mana Leak. Well, I'll pay for that. It's good to know that they have Mana Leak. I'm not convinced about the use of playing Mana Leak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We still have enough for Ulamog, so. I don't know. I didn't really look at this here. I mean, it doesn't do anything now. Cryptic Command. Yeah, we can sack so they don't draw a card, but we lose. I don't think casting it during their attack was going to help us, so. Yeah, we attack. There wasn't much sustaining us there. I still don't like this member. We're walking Ballista. I think this is fine. Just the way the hand panned out. Hangerback seems actually pretty okay. It's a threat they have to cryptic. Yes, I like the the Cavern here is super good, so we're gonna keep this in. And we're gonna start. The starting land is actually really hard here, but I like starting with Temple because then we can go Temple, Cavern. If we draw Temple, we can smash it. Oh, sorry. I've cut it a little bit. Well, I mean, like the song ended like now, but. Right, so suspend Ancestral Vision or not? Okay, our opponent wasn't sure whether to suspend or not. Right, so these lands are interesting. They make me more want to go for those, but let me think. I definitely want to, because I can make like Reality Smasher next turn rather than just a Reshaper this turn. And it develops my mana the most. Let's see, so it'd be 2. Yeah, I'd rather do the Smasher here. Our opponent's unlikely to have Ceremonious Rejection. And they're not going to Rejection of Mindstone, are they? Yeah, I'd rather cycle than suspend visions. I agree with that. Okay, so our opponent has Ghost Quarter. And they're going to do it on draw step? Nope. Okay, well. We're going to name Eldrazi. Cavern is such a broken card. I should have actually Chalice for 0 this turn. Because if our opponent has Mana Leak, I just made a huge mistake. Because the way this played out, they're very likely to have as foretold. So I'm gonna still play it, but I made a huge error. I should have played this first and then played this. Since now they mana leak this, it looks awful. Okay, they don't have it, thankfully, but yeah, you should, if you were gonna do the sequence chalice first, smash your offer. Right. This Ghost Square is actually pretty awkward for them, since it's not blue mana with cyclers. They could kill this Eldrazi Temple still, but they should, yeah, it's really awkward to strip mine your, like, to try and strip mine your opponent on turn 2. Right, as foretold. Well, we have Chalice, so that's okay. But they're probably setting up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is tough because they're probably setting up for Nibble Obstructionist with Living End. So I don't really want a Mind Stone or Endbringer here. Sorry, I don't want to. I would All Is Dust actually, if I could have here. But because of Nimble Obstructionist, I'm probably gonna just play Matter Reshaper and pass. I know that looks really weird. Maybe I should try to do lethal, but kind of was the way it played out. Okay, so yeah, just whatever. The music's not that. I mean, again, my go-to for people who complain about the music is, look, I have to use these videos have to be on VOD later, and they're auto muted or auto banned by YouTube and Twitch. So if you don't put free use music, so you know, like if you have better free use suggestions, I'm all ears. But I rather like not use music that's like on license and then like people can't listen to the video on demands. And I'd rather have music. Okay, so here it's kind of tough because the Mind Stone is giving us mana, but I'd rather crack it here to try to draw into a Tron piece. That might be wrong though. Okay, Chalice is interesting. Okay, map. Right, so first we're gonna attack and see what happens. Then let's see. Then I'll play map off the cavern, I guess is fine. And I can have access to 5 mana. There's nothing I really want to. Oh, I guess I should get I could get Scavenger Grounds, but our opponent has Ghost Quarter, so let's see. They're gonna Ghost Quarter pretty likely. So I probably don't want to use. Do I want to use the map right away? Let's see. If I play the map and they Ghost Quarter me. I could also just get an Eldrazi Temple, which is kind of like the hybrid choice. But let's see, if I pass and my opponent Ghost Quarters one of the Tron lands, then I can get Eldrazi Temple for all of this. I think it's correct to pass and not crack the map here. Because it's not like I can use the Scavenger Grounds. I could also get Scavenger. Nah, it's too late now. Like, our opponent's gonna put everything in place. We're probably gonna have to All This Dust. Yeah, that's also a possibility. Draw a card. Right, so our Chalice comes back. Shame we can't play the second Chalice. Alright. So now we can also see what land we get off Reshaper. Right, so Living End. Yep. It's not fine, but not much I can do here. Yeah, we'll put... Oh, this is extraordinarily. Although if our opponent has Remand, this is just brutal. Right, so... We're gonna get a Mine, I guess, here. Since that's like all the mana we could ever... Yeah, mine is good. Opponent probably should have like played their island here. Okay, so play the mine. So now we have access to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 with all his dust. Sadly, I don't have... I'm lacking a mana to play Chalice for 2 and all his dust. Ay, so close. Can't Chalice for 2? I can. I can't Chalice for 2 and all his dust, though. We have a lot of mana this turn, so the alternative is to... because Endbringer kills our opponent very quickly. So the alternative we can do is play Chalice for 0, Chalice for 2, and Endbringer. I don't think... These lists don't run Ceremonious very often. So... And I don't think there's the space, so... Like, right now our opponent can play a Remand for free. That's the most likely. So, I'm tempted to Chalice for 2 and then Endbringer. Is that the best line? Let's see. Chalice for 2 off these two, then it's 1, 2... Yeah. We'll do that. Since that presents lethal pretty easily, and if they have Cryptic Command, we can still all... You know, like, we can still all his dust next turn, so it's not so bad, so... Okay... Chalice for 2... Done. They could Remand this, but then we can happily cast Endbringer, so that's okay. Right. Okay. And then we cast Chalice for 0. Because this is only a creature spell of the chosen type. So all his dust wouldn't have been uncounterable from Cavern. Right, so let's cast this Endbringer. No, it's not. It's, spend this mana only to cast a... Oh, come on. A creature spell of this type? Only to cast a creature spell of the chosen type, and that creature spell can't be countered. It's okay. It's all good. I wasn't sure. I would check. We kind of want to keep our Reshaper because all his dust is still lethal, so yeah. Opponent's probably going to Ghost Quarter our Tron on draw step. We have Power Plant, but they're probably going to get Tower. Right. Or they're going to do it on Upkeep. Upkeep, there's not much I can do, so... Yes, let's get a Waste. A little late for you, buddy. Well, we pretty much have to all his dust here, so... If our opponent has Cryptic, this is just awful, but... there's not much I can do here. If our opponent has Cryptic, we just lose. And they're very likely to have it. If they don't, we win. If they do, we lose. Remand is a recycle, but yeah. They have the Cryptic. Ugh. That block with Reshaper. I don't know what the value of it. Hey. I don't know if we could have played that game differently. Playing around the Remand was pretty important, so I was happy about that, but... Actually, they had Remand Dismember Cryptic. I don't think we could have played around all this stuff. I think I went for the right line on that one. Since, Dismember is not always there, and they, like... play first, yes. Well, we have two I mean, it's 5 lands, but I can't imagine mulliganing a double temple hand, ever. We'll start with Temple since we could draw into Thought-Knots here. Temple Garden. Noble Heart, okay. Oh, that was a mistake. I should have played like a plant or a tower here to increase my chances of making Tron. Opponent passed. Passing's weird in this scenario. What could be on? Like, Chalice is really awkward against company decks. Opponent could have Path. I think it's fine to. It's pretty safe to attack here, but. So the question is, do I want a Chalice for 1 or not? Oh, Queller? Yeah, that's fair. I don't really want a Chalice for 1. We'll pass here. Godless Shrine? Okay, so they're on black. Yeah, they're probably like the Devoted Druid combo. If they're on the Devoted Druid combo, then I guess I want a X equals 2 anyways. Whirlpool's interesting. Not castable, but interesting. This is kind of why I'm never a fan of Eldrazi Tron, is its mana base is like, there's 2 sides to it. And there's like 2 halves to the deck, right? Like, okay. We're gonna play Chalice on 2, since that disrupts us very little. And it could stop like the missing combo piece down the line. It's not optimal though, like they have Chord of Calling. Chalice is just bad against them. Like they could collect the company and like, I think if they need to get rid of Chalice, they probably can, and they probably just don't care to start with. They can always Chord, it's just not a good card. I'm gonna skip this. That's a lot better. Tidehollow Scholar? Okay. Okay, this is a much more hateful version of the deck than I'm used to. Chosen card is Walking Ballista, that makes sense. Okay, so... Well... You know, if you don't take Ulamog, then I'm gonna top deck the land. And if you take Wormcoil, yeah, you have to take Ulamog, I think, here. Like, Chalice for 2 isn't great, but I think it's better than doing nothing in that turn. Right, Noble Hire. I think it, whoa, really? You attack with both when you have Noble Hire? Why? You could just attack with 1 here. I mean, you're not blocking most likely, but still. Right, 9. Eternal Witness Company, sure. Smasher? Smasher's really nice here. Puts, it's not just the pressure it puts, it's more like, well, it is actually the pressure it puts, but I mean, it forces my opponent to block. I mean, they probably don't mind about blocking with Witness, but it changes the dynamic of the game a little bit, which I like. Since now Reshaper would die. I mean, if we draw off Reshaper a literal mine, then we can play this Wormcoil Engine. Oh, Path to Exile? Yeah, that's fine, I guess. That would be like the biggest argument for doing... Actually, maybe that was the argument for doing Chalice equals 1. I was worried about like if we draw an Expedition map. But we could then stop Path from being a thing, so... Yeah. Okay. So maybe that was the line. Chalice for 1 and then Path's no longer a thing in case we draw a Smasher. We're gonna Thought-Knots here. Right, so we take... Why are we attacking Noble Hierarch? I'm very confused. Is there a reason to attack with that card? Man, Chalice for 1 would have been insane compared to 2. Vial, okay, this is some other deck. I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, for 1 would have been great. Counters Noble, counters Path. Okay, so we should have done it for 1. Yes, I agree. It counters Company, but this isn't counters Company. This is some other weird deck. Let's see. I could attack here, I think. And then cast Wormcoil. If our opponent has another Path, that's kind of awkward though. Yeah, should have been Chalice for 1. Should have been Chalice for 1. Not because of Vial. Not because of Vial, but because of Path. What is this? Company? Jeez. Well, we knew they had that. Oh, I should have played Wormcoil pre-combat. Because if, I know they have companies, but if they hit Tidehollow Scholar, this is awful for me. Is it just Selfless Spirit? Yeah. My opponent hits Tidehollow, I just lose, so that was a big mistake. Yeah, I made a lot of mistakes this game. I should have done Chalice for 1, and I should have cast Wormcoil. But, I mean, I thought they were on the Devoted Druid list, so in that context. But they have Company and Court, so yeah. Okay, so they get 2 spirits. They shouldn't block here, because then it's presenting lethal, especially because they can draw Path and win. And they have tons of time. Yeah. Well... my opponent's in great spot here, since they can attack with 1 Selfless Spirit. Sack Horizon Canopy, yeah, that's fine. Flicker Wisp? I don't even know what's going on anymore. Like, I've just decided to abandon thinking what's going on. And we lose to Flicker Wisp. This all comes back, though, to, like, not Chalicing for 1 against this. Right, we die. Okay, against a Company deck, you want to be less Eldrazi and more Tron. We saw Flicker Wisp. Cage is obviously great in this matchup. I think with Vial, Ratchet Bomb is okay. Hangerback Walker, it's probably not great. I mean, the 1/1s are kind of awkward for them, but yeah. I haven't seen that much graveyard interaction. Warping Will seems okay. It removes a lot of different creatures. Chalice Dust is good. Chalice? I don't like Chalice. Like, there's just too much going on at different costs. We can put in 2 relics. Needle would name what? Vial? That seems pretty loose. Yeah, it just looks like a value deck. Basilisk Collar is kind of interesting. I guess it's pretty. It could be okay. We'll give it a shot. What do I not like? Karn is fine because you can plus. As in, like, I think Karn is totally fine in these longer games. Reshapers are bad. Thought-Knot Seer is okay because it gets company. We can cut a Smasher. Chalices are bad. Hangerbacks I don't think are good. We'll keep in 2 relics. I'm not sure how good they are, but yeah, we'll just focus on being a little more Tron and Ballista focused. Yes. Double. This hand's bad. This hand is not good either. It has a lot. Like, if it had a Furtron land, I would keep it. But as is, like, ugh. Yeah. This is bad, but we'll keep. We're looking for a temple. Oh, perfect. Okay. Like, we still have, like, an out. We can still dismember their Smasher over Relic. Probably on the player, right? Especially against... Okay, our opponent didn't make a turn 1 creature. Temple, pass. Maybe Smasher over Relic's better. I just like Relic because it cantrips and I want to be more on the Tron side. I don't want too much clunk. But I think Smasher on the... I don't think I'm going to board into Smasher now that I'm going to be on the... If I'm going to be on the draw, but yeah, it probably was better. Okay. Revoker. I don't need to dismember this. This is fine. We can kill this like at our leisure later. Right, well... Our mulligan to... This is our mulligan to 5. It's fought not land. Well, these are all bad for us. But Big Game Hunter is by far the worst one. So I'm gonna get rid of Big Game Hunter. And then sadly we're gonna get paffed probably. But we need to... Yeah, we can't get Big Game Hunter. Like, they played Eternal Witness. Relic can't be that bad. Right, Verdant Catacomb. I mean, why wouldn't you path now? Okay, we drew Ballista. Right, so we're gonna attack with this Fodnots here first. And we're gonna, like, yeah, okay. Yes. We're gonna waste. They draw a card. And then we're gonna Fodnot away a Witness, at least. Big Game Hunter's unreal. It's like secretly incredible. Stony Silence. Stony Silence is really awkward too. Especially because if our plan is Ballista, what else do we have? Map, Relic, yeah, we'll get the Stony. So they have Township, yeah. Yep, that's good. Our opponent showed us the Marsh Flats. Yeah, they get back the Path to Exile. Ugh. The way this interacts is awkward. They just keep pathing us. I mean, the lands aren't so bad. But yeah. Right. Okay, so you do it now? Sure. That's fine. Right. So our opponent has Witness and some unknowns. Okay. Warping Whale. Oh, yeah, that's pretty nice. We can keep Warping Whale here. I'm gonna Fodnot here again because I haven't learned my lesson. Well, they only have Witness, so that's good. We can get rid of this Witness. And okay, they have Township, so I have to think carefully. I'm probably going to, yeah, I should Warping Wheel this because I'm gonna get rid of it at some point anyways, and I don't want them to go Township and not being able to remove it. So this is fine. Right. What is this? Fiend Hunter. So, right, so we can time that a little to our advantage. Since we can dismember the Fiend Hunter. Right, Windswept Heath. Like, we can dismember the Fiend Hunter, and then look at their hand. Okay, Stony Silence. Oh, come on. That's just ludicrous. Okay, mine. Stony Silence is kind of ludicrous. Anyways, I could just play a big Walking Ballista here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it'd be a free. I think I'm okay with that, even with Stony Sense. Like, I could make it bigger if I drew another Tron land. Oh, wait. We have Sanctum of Ugin. I don't want to play it at free. I want to play it at more than that. So what I'm going to do is probably Dismember in combat. And then, like, look at their hand. We want to wait until we can crack this Sanctum. Okay, Township. Yeah, that's fine. No problem. Dismember is a busted card anyway, so it's fine. Okay, so we're gonna dismember this Fiend Hunter. Losing some life. And then you're gonna give me back my Thought-Knots here, which is probably gonna see... Oh, come on, really? What the hell? Come on. I don't think I have another basic, right? Yeah. Well, at least we get to see their hand. Okay, and get rid of a Fiend Hunter, but like... What the heck? What is this? Karn? 1, 2, 3, 4... This is why I have trouble with... This is why I have trouble, by the way, with Eldrazi Tron. It's like you end up in these situations where you have all this mana, but yet it does nothing. Because I'm like 1 mana off Karn. So I could play Ballista for free. Because I have Sanctum with Karn. And actually, that might actually be what I do. Because I can Karn and remove Stony Silence, yeah. Right, Horizon Canopy. Draw a card. Drawing that path was just... That was some kind of garbage. Like, there aren't many paths in my opponent's deck, so... Like, there's 4. So, like, literal that draw. Okay, they don't attack because they want to double pump their Willis. That's fine. Map? Ooh, map is nuts. Map is the nut. Oh, shit. I got my first subscriber. All time. Nico LXD, you are the very first subscriber of this channel. Thank you so much. Oh, map is awful because it's Stony. Merci. Sorry, T came. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, we can't use map. That was silly of me. I just got like so distracted by the shiny map, but yeah, we can't do anything with it. We'll just play it. Pass here. Yeah, we need to draw. Okay. So, what is this? Is this some kind of other ludicrous card that you shouldn't have right now? Okay, our opponent can attack. Our opponent just tapped 3 mana before combat. Do I just like... Is this like a... I don't think this is a bluff. Not... I mean... I have to... I think we have to take it, but I'm not happy. I can't remove counters from Ballista. Because it's an artifact. Stony Silence is... yeah. If we draw All Is Dust, then we're in good shape. Yeah, they have Fiend Hunter. Oh my god. No, I'm gonna skip this. Why? Okay, I guess they can... Cantrip, like they can bounce with Flicker Wisp, but like why wouldn't you bounce the Ballista? Like, you could do this pre-combat and there's just zero anything I can do. Like doing it on your own witness is I guess fine. Like you could get back a Path to Exile. But like, you literally can kill the Ballista anyways. Like, what are you getting? I mean, I don't know. Right, you get Path to Exile. And then you're gonna... Oh, whoa. Right. This is what we need. Okay. What do we do with this? Well, we have Sanctum of Ugin, so we're gonna tap Sanctum, tap Tower, mine. Still have access to 4 Eldrazi mana potentially. Well, we're definitely sacrificing Sanctum. Right, they have Path, remember? So... I have access to 4 mana, potentially 5, if it's an Eldrazi. I'm just gonna get another Walking Ballista. Since that way there's nothing that my opponent can do. Yeah, we'll get another Walking Ballista. Yeah, that's the plan. Because if our opponent paths our current Walking Ballista, then at least we can play the... No, because they have path, so they can just path this in response to Sony Silence and we just lose. So, we need to get Walking Ballista here. Now, obviously our opponent could screw up things here, but I trust that they're not, like, yeah. And then we can, like, yeah. So they're gonna path the Ballista before we can activate it. No. And then we exile the Stony. And we play Ballista for 2 to not die. Done. And then we kill both. Our opponent could have just Flicker Wisp our Ballista. So kill the Flicker Wisp. And kill this Witness. And now we have Karn. And then we will... Yeah. I would love to Ulamog, but we would have died. So that wasn't the plan. Oh, please, not something lethal. Flicker Wisp. That's lethal. Because they can township, so our Karn has to... Sadly, our Karn is going to have to bite the dust if we don't draw something irrelevant here. Mine. Yeah. Okay, what would I... I think I can craft this map now. There's no... I'm not sure, like, what's in my deck that as a map. Top deck Fatty. Yes. They could have just killed... Okay, so... We can get... Ooh, Seagate Wreckage is interesting. Seagate Wreckage or Scavenger Grounds. Scavenger Grounds stops like an Eternal Witness top deck. Seagate Wreckage is really awkward this turn, since we have a land. But I think it's best long... I think Seagate Wreckage is the best long-term plan. So we play Seagate Wreckage, and then we have to exile this Flicker Wisp or die. Drawing the mine there was actually really bad for us. If we draw another land, this is awful, but yeah. Like, if our opponent has lethal threat plus land, yeah. We can't plus Karn, we die. We die to this card. Like, they just township end of turn twice. Oh, come on, coward. Oh, now we get flooded horribly. If our opponent has company, this is just... Oh, they have company, come on. No, no, yes, maybe, come on. Oh, okay, Noble Hierarch. We're gonna die to this Noble Hierarch. I can feel it. Or not, like, we have Ludicrous. Right, so... We're gonna cast this Ulamog. How much is this to activate? Yeah. Right. So cast Ulamog. We're gonna exile this Noble Hierarch and this Township. And then we're gonna draw a card now. And we're gonna play this map, and we've already played a land this turn, I believe. So I'm just gonna pass, just in case we draw a land, so I can like play it in Seagate. Not the biggest fan of this, so skip. Oh, this is much more recognizable. Okay. Karn. Okay, that's great. Oh, they have. Jesus Christ. Why would I stop on upkeep draw? Oh, for Seagate? I guess. What if I drew a Ballista? Then I would want a Ballista for max. Right, so tower. Then we plus first, since... I guess we plus first. Maybe that was... Oh, that's fine. Whether we were like a land. So Seagate. Draw a card. All is dust? That's good. Now we can craft this map. And we're gonna get a Scavenger Ground to make sure our opponent can't do any shenanigans. Right. This all this does is semi-awkward, and that we can't draw cards with Seagate anymore, but it's fine. Okay, Mind Stone. First we do this. Yeah, so we might be able to cast this All This Dust literally now, so that's okay. Unless our opponent, like, puts in a Tide Hollow. Oh, a Tide Hollow is still colored, but yeah. It's getting kind of ridiculous. We won't get to 5 this game, by the way. This game is totally ridiculous. Scavengers. That's fine. I have no issues with scavenging moves. I never ran in. Okay. So this is where I have to probably play this Scavenger Grounds ability. Yep. Actually, let's see. They return Witness. 1 second. 1 second. They return Witness, and we still have this card that's exiling a card. So no. That was silly. Yeah. Yeah. They can return the Eternal Witness. That's fine. And then we can exile their Witness. So that's totally fine. Because this card is still like, yeah. So okay, they don't bring it back. Now we play this All This Dust off Temple, Mine Tower. Right. Yeah, you can eat some stuff, that's fine. I don't really care here. I'd rather Scavenger Grounds later. My opponent's life total is not very relevant. Right, now we play this Mind Stone like this. Then we activate Seagate Wreckage with Tower. We might as well play this Ratchet Bomb. And then we pass, since we want mana for Scavenger Grounds. I guess we want to Ratchet... Okay, Selfless Spirit, sure. I'm not gonna... I could sack the Mind Stone, but we have tons of mana. Let's just put a charge counter on this. Smasher, there we go! Card alt for the lulz. I mean, it's fine, but we would literally restart the game. Like, we have nothing on the card, so it's not very useful. Right, so Smasher off this. We draw a card off Seagate Wreckage. We should have tapped Tower for that, actually. Okay. Play Temple. I drew a land. I guess I could sack this Mind Stone anyways. There we go. Exile. It is the first time I have that ability, but yeah. Let's just end this game in our favor. That seems much more powerful. But yeah. Draw with Horizon Canopy. Right. We win. Cool. I think our opponent had more graveyard. I mean, they only have Witness, but their Witness is a real problem. The Ratchet Bomb's kind of weird. Like, they have Revoker. So, I'm not convinced that it's that good. Especially since we have All This Dust. And they have a lot of different costs. So, I'm actually gonna... I don't think Bomb is that good. Color, if they're boarding in Silence and stuff, is also bad. At least Relic sacks quickly. Like, I just want to draw cards. I don't think we need Color. I think if we have the Walking Ballista going, it doesn't need much more help. Needle is not necessary. Chalices seem still bad. Hangerback is... Oh, they have Path to Exile. We want to stop Path to Exile loops. I think Worm Coil Engine isn't good, though, because of Path to Exile. So we're going to cut Worm Coil and keep the Smasher in. I think this is fine. One Ratchet Bomb. Yeah, okay. Ratchet Bomb doesn't deal with Stony. Only Karn and all his does do. Isn't it? They also have Flicker Wit, so Anger Act's super bad. Okay, so what do we have here? We have a very awkward hand on many levels. 2 Tron pieces, this would be pretty much a keep. Right now we have the equivalent of 4 mana for Eldrazi spells. But no interaction whatsoever on the draw. I want to mulligan this hand. It doesn't seem very good. This seems much better. We're gonna bottom wastes. Yeah. If they have Stony, this is awkward. Yeah, Stony would be super awkward. Thoughtseize? Thougtseize would also be... Right. Do I want to dismember this Burr, this Noble Hierarch, or Expedition Map? I want an Expedition Map. Expedition Map is just so powerful. If I really need to get it before Stony Silence. I can dismember the Noble Hierarch. Like, I'm worried about Collected Company potentially. Like, turn free... There's not that many cards. Stony is like the big one. Oh, come on. No. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. This is totally acceptable as things go. Okay, so... Right. Warping Whale. Well, I'm just going to... I'm definitely getting the land. Since once we have the mana, everything is great. Because we have Endbringer. Although our opponent might have Path, so... Right, so here... Yeah, our opponent's going to Company, most likely. They could also have Big Game Hunter, so... Right. We're gonna get a Mine. Oh my god. People still play Mind Sensor. Damn it. Should I have played around Mind Sensor? Yes, I should have. I'm gonna lose the game because I was an idiot. And I deserve to lose the game for that reason. That was really stupid. There was no reason not to. There's no discard spell that affects me. I should have thought about this. Like, most people don't run it, but that doesn't mean I shouldn't think about it at least. Right. We can at least get rid of it. Yeah, we might as well get rid of it now. Just now. And then I'll dismember. Probably end of turn something. I'm not going to dismember the Noble Hierarch since our opponent has mana. And that was super bad. I played that up. I forgot about it, even Mind Sensor. Since, like, most people have really started cutting it, and I didn't even run them recently. Okay, so our opponent's going to attack with Selfless Spirit, and we're going to dismember that, because... Mostly to make sure we don't take too much damage randomly. But yeah. That was really bad of me. Like, super bad. Like, because otherwise we would... Yeah, okay. Yeah, that Mind Sensor blew us out. What is this? Tide Hollow? Okay. Hi. And now our opponent doesn't play a land, so the Hierarch is actually relevant. Although my opponent doesn't have Company, because if they had Company, they would have like played it here. So our opponent doesn't have Collected Company. Right, Dismember. Aether Vial? Sure. Power Plant pass, sadly. Yeah, that was bad. If I had... let's see, though. Like, it's likely our well, I mean, I say it's likely our opponent has path. That might be true. That doesn't excuse the fact that, like, I could have at least tried to put Endringer in play. And if our opponent doesn't have path, then we're in extremely good shape. If our opponent has... Okay, we drew maps, so... Let's see here. Opponent could have Company into Big Game, or they could have Big Game / Fiend Hunter. Let's see. What do we want to do here? Map. I still think we want to... We want a map here. Even if our opponent has another Mind Sensor. I mean, if they have another Mind Sensor, they have another Mind Sensor. I'm not going to play around it this time. Try to get their Mind. And then play a Smasher. If my opponent has Company, they should respond here. Right, so we want to get an Urza's Mind. Play it, and then play Smasher. What I haven't figured out is if I want to attack with a Smasher or not. The thing is, like, their clock can only be, like, in increments of 4 mostly, so... Let's see. Averting Catacomb makes Smasher a potential free turn clock. And we have tons of mana. This is really hard. This is harder than it looks. I think it's okay to attack here. Since if our opponent has Big Game Hunter, they're probably gonna Big Game Hunter the... Okay. Okay, our opponent wanted to collect a Company into a Big Game rather than try to get a Mind Sensor. Yeah, there we go. Witness. Ugh. Witness gets back Company, Smasher dies. This is horrific. We're basically down to All Is Dust or Walking Ballista at this point. We need one of those 2 cards. But even then they have Company, so we probably need Ballista specifically. Well, we have like all the mana in the world. What is this draw step? Oh, type hollow? Ugh. Yeah, we lose here. I think we would have lost anyways, but I could have like not played incorrectly. Okay, so 1 free, fun. Let me think. I have a lot to... I'm just thinking here because it's 5... Like, I have a lot of shopping to do after, so I can't really play a second league. So I'm just going to play 1 more match. We'll concede to our opponent to give them, like, the prizes. But I'm going to play 1 more match. Yeah. Actually, before I do, like, if anybody wants their free win in Modern, this might be a good time to, like... Actually, no, I can't price pick. Just whatever, I'll play. Yeah, but I'm gonna like concede my next match because I believe in like, you know, like I can't win, so I'm not gonna like take the win away from someone. Or like, yeah, we'll play the match so like for educational purposes, but yeah. Eldrazi Tron is just a deck that I think suffers from an identity crisis. Like half your deck is Tron and half your deck is midrange, and it just doesn't seem to really gel. Like. To be fair, we haven't faced Grixis Shadow, which would be a really good matchup. I'm trying to remember what we faced in... I'll skip this, but this song's a little nicer. I'm trying to remember what we faced in round 3. What was round 3? Round 3... We can watch the replay later. If somebody can remember round 3, I'm having trouble. Return to game. Right. Right, this hand is a perfect example of, like, why this deck would be bad. Like, look. Like, I have 2 Walking Ballistas and 2 free Temples. Like, I should keep because this hand is insane if I draw Eldrazi. But clearly there's, like, you know, like, there's clearly a problem somewhere. Water Grave? Okay. Well, we're gonna play Temple and pass, and then we're gonna... Our opponent played tapped Watery Grave, which is a very strange opening. Because Shadow is almost always untapped, so tapped Watery Grave is a very, very strange opening. Because there's not many decks that play tapped Watery Grave. I think like Grixis Control was the only one I play, like I have in my schedule. 1 second. Like out of the decks in my schedule, tapped Watery Grave would apply to like Gristleshul Brand. Oh my god, Sunken Ruins. Okay, this is what happens. Okay. I have no idea. I'm assuming this is some kind of mill deck. So I'm gonna have to do some research as to what this plays. I'm gonna look at the last 3 months just to make sure that I can find something. Apply. Right. We have Esper Mill, UB Mill. I think with Sunken Ruins it's like a UB Mill. So they're playing Mesmeric Roar, Ensnaring Bridge, Archive Trap. I mean, it plays mill cards, but like I have this. I think like playing Chalice for 1 is unreal against them, so we're gonna do that. That's what I was checking. Is like, do I Chalice for 1 or not? Ugh, map. Really? Expedition map? Expedition map is like the one card where I don't want to Chalice for 1. Ugh, jeez. I mean, I could wait a turn, I guess. I could play like a Ballista for 1 and then Chalice for 1 next turn. Well, if one plays like Fatal Push style cards and stuff, oh man, this is... I could also just wait a turn, just fundamentally. Yeah, I think it's fine to pass here. It might be wrong though. Maybe Chalice for 1 is the right play. I probably should have played Mind that turn rather than Temple too, since I can play Temple anyways next turn. If I really need to. Right, so our opponent mills 2. Yeah, they play like Visions of Beyond and... Okay. And Altar of the Brood. Oh my god. Field of Ruin. What is this? Okay. Right. Draw step, Field of Ruin, I guess? Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. Wastes, sure. Okay. We're gonna play... This time, playing the Temple? Nah, it's fine. Like, we could play the Temple and, like, search the 4th Temple if they blow... if my opponent blows it up. So, yeah, I'm gonna play map for 1 and Chalice for 1. Oh yeah, we played against the blue-black Living End deck. Archive Trap. Double Archive Trap. What the hell happened here? Okay, so... Oh my god. If we search for a land, double Mesmeric. Jesus Christ. Yeah, sure. Okay, so now we're on few cards. Well, I can at least play this Endringer, and unfortunately, can I kill with Endringer? How many of the power plants are we gone? 3 power plants are gone and 1 tower is left. Multiple towers are left. Well, I think we have to play this Endringer. Jeez, it's so bad because it mills us for 8. We actually lose, right? To Mesmeric Orb. Jesus Christ. Yeah, we're gonna lose to Mesmeric Orb. Because our opponent double archive trapped us. I think we could beat single archive trap for what it's worth. Actually, we could. Have we milled both cards yet? Oh, Smasher? Let me think. Can Smasher get the job done? Probably not. So if I play Smasher, it mills 6 cards, and if I attack, it mills me out. Ugh. So I just lose. Okay, well. Fair enough. Right, so... Mill. Assuming these relics are fine. What is Needle? They play mill cards, I understand, but I need to understand what else they play. Probably surgical extractions and stuff. I don't even think Relic is good. It's only against like Jace's Phantasm and Visions of Beyond and like that gain life spell. Ratchet Bomb is probably good. What sorcery do they have? They have Glimpse and Mind Funeral. That's it. Well, all their creatures are exilable, I guess. Probably don't want Dismembers or Wormcoil. All this dust seems pretty bad. Chalice seems good if we can get it like on 2 or 1, so I'll keep it. Or like 2 and 1. Right, so I guess Ratchet Bombs and... Witchbane Orb. 1 second. Witchbane Orb is unreal, right? It's not good against Messbreak Orb, but it's good against everything else. And they might have Ensnaring Bridge, but we have the max number of answers we could run, right? Okay, and we'll put both Morphing Wells. To kind of act as an accelerant too. Yes. I guess this hand's fine because we have map. It's a bit awkward that it lets their archive traps be good, but yeah. At least we have bombs for bomb for the Messbrook Orb. These are all words I did not expect to have to say, so just so we're very clear. If I draw Tron Piece, we'll fetch Tron, otherwise I'll fetch Eldrazi Temple. Whenever a creature card is put... Okay. Oh, we drew Temple? If we drew Temple, I'd rather play this Bomb than... Because I can always do it later. Like, we want to get this at, like, 1 or 2 pretty fast. I mean, this is whatever. Oh, our opponent, like, passes here? Why the hell would you keep a hand like that at 7? Okay, our opponent has probably, like, multiple archive traps or something, so... I guess wastes. Let's play this Thought-Knots here. Yeah, we're not gonna run into Archive Trap too easily. Right, so... This deck also plays Whir. I don't even know half of what this deck runs. Right, so... Ratchet Bomb on 2 is kind of unreal against this opponent. So... I probably get Archive Trap here, since my opponent's mana is terrible. And we can just pass here. I don't know why you would keep that hand, though. Right, so... Put this at 2 and I'll stick at 2. Oh, or we could just Chalice for 2. That seems fine. Now this orb is bad. Actually, Ratchet Bomb can get rid of Bridge if we ever comes to that. I could have done, I guess, at 1, but 2 is unreal against this opponent. We might as well just run it out now. This is 2. Yep, this should be easy enough. Opponent kept a really shady hand. Okay. Well, okay. I just feel that our opponent's maybe not that experienced. Yeah. Right. What else? Relic doesn't seem great. If it was Rest in Peace, it would be great. Maybe. All is Dust? No. They have Fopters. Like the Fopter combo. So Pivy Needle. If they have Fopter Foundry, then Pivy Needle might be important. But over what? I guess one of the ballistas can come out for a Pivy Needle. This hand is unkeepable, sadly, for us, even though it has Witchbane Orb. Oh my god, this is really bad too. It has Witchbane Orb again, but we are on the draw with a Scry. We would need a lot of luck though. I think we're better off mulliganing. We'll keep. We can't keep Tarn. I mean, if we draw like Tron, then that's like tons of mana, so it's fine. Okay, so that mills us potentially. Great, so play Tower and just hope for the best. Right, well, our opponent's gonna mill out some cards. Okay, we milled the Tower, that's good. Well, it's not good because we milled the land we needed potentially. We milled the Chalice, that's better. And then our opponent played Fopter Foundry. We drew a Tower. I don't think Chalice at 1. I mean, we could Chalice at 1 or Chalice on 2. I think we have to Chalice on 1 here, though. It's bad if we draw like a map, but... Right, we lose a Smasher. It's fine. Mesmeric Orb. I mean, yeah, there's not much we can do about all this. Since, you know... Right, mill 2 cards. Sanctum and Ratchet Bomb. We drew a Wastes. I'd rather play Matter Reshaper here and see what cards we can draw later. Yeah, our opponent's going to mill us for 1. Matter Reshaper, that's good. Right, they mill free. Ensnaring Bridge is gone. Needle is gone. Oh, they poured in Needle? Okay. Right, let's just... This is more like for... Get a Temple. I guess that's okay, yeah. Tezzeret, Jesus Christ. Oh, I did not see Tezzeret. Okay. Why would you look? I mean... If I have Smasher in hand, and I don't know, like, you can make a 5-5 here, and there's, like, nothing I can do about it. But now I can attack Tezzeret, and you could make a 5-5, but it's bad. Right, what do you get? An Ensnaring Bridge? Okay, well, that's fun. Well, we really need to draw a land. Pivy Needle. Well, that stops Tezzeret. It doesn't stop Bridge, sadly. Bridge is going to come down. The reason I don't want to crack map yet is... like hitting Tron would have been really important, because then we can play anything we draw. Oh, we can't play Needle because of the Chalice. So let's not have that in our plans. Attack Tezzeret. I guess I can get a Temple anyways, but yeah, we're in dire straits because Tezzeret is just gonna win. Yeah, sure. Look all you want. Nope, nothing? Okay. That's probably unfortunate for us, but... Yep, Ensnaring Bridge, mill 1. Yeah, let's get a Temple. We have one Ratchet Bomb in the deck still. Yes, so we need to draw that. If we don't draw Ratchet Bomb, we lose. I'm pretty sure, so... Right. So... Walking Ballista, Fodmot Seer, Matter Reshaper. We draw another map, okay. Right, so now we're gonna try to kill Tezzeret, and we're gonna be unsuccessful. Because our opponent's gonna sacrifice something to Foundry. I should replace Needle with Spyglass. That's quite possible, yes. I have not played Eldrazi Tron before, so I can't tell you if Needle or... But yeah, since you're more likely to Chalice for one, Spyglass is probably better, yes. Here we're gonna Fodnot, but we're basically done. Since we can't beat this Ensnaring Bridge. I guess the Glimpse to Unthinkable? We need to like draw into Ratchet Bomb, which is not very likely, but you know. Yeah, if we had Spyglass, that we would actually have been able to play it before, which would have been amazing. So yeah, playing Spyglass would have been amazing. Yep, double fuck for Foundry. Mindstone? I mean, I guess. Might as well draw now. There's not much of a disadvantage to doing so. Right, Temple. Yeah, Spyglass, we would have been able to name Tezzeret, I guess, or Fopter Foundry. Whichever one makes sense. Probably Tezzeret. And then our opponent couldn't mill us for quite a while. Right, well, our opponent's gonna pass here, which is weird. Well, no, they shouldn't pass. They should definitely play their cards too, into Chalice. Plus, fail to find... What is my opponent gonna make like a 5/5? Warping Whale. Warping Whale... What is this word? Yep, that happens. I mean, it's fine. I'm elegant to 4. Like, all our hands are pretty awkward. And then get there. Sword of the Meek? Okay. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, well... You know, it's fine. Right, well, you know what? When we lose to random nonsense like this with a deck in Modern, I like to just not play a deck. I think Eldrazi Tron just, like, has a fundamental identity crisis. Like, playing Wormcoil Engine and Karn, and then playing free and, like, then you have hands with Eldrazi Temples, or, like, you have hands with Eldrazi and you have 2 Tron pieces, but no way to really search the third one, because you're relying on map and natural draw steps. I'm just not convinced about the deck, honestly. I think it might be overrated. I don't think it's necessarily super bad. We did get like pretty unfortunate a lot of those games in the sense of matchups or draws, and like the decks in front of us were kind of weird. But it felt a lot like I wasn't doing anything like super powerful, and that was like a major problem for me. It's like when you're not doing anything like fundamentally powerful, you should question why. And like everybody was kind of beating us, and it didn't feel like super close. It felt like I was at a disadvantage at every point. So yeah, it's definitely not. I don't want to knock on the deck too much because like I don't have much experience with it. So so it's very bad for me to say like I lost and so the deck's bad. That's definitely not where I want to go on there. And for sure, like, my build is... I mean, I took a build, like, that's relatively standard, but I don't think it's necessarily, like, the best build or anything. If I was honest, I think maybe like some relic should be main deck, because like relic main deck like gives you wins that you shouldn't get otherwise. So I probably let's change this list around. So we had Sorceress, Spyglass. That was a good suggestion. I have one, yeah. Okay, so like I would do something like this, losing the need. We want relics main. So what would we do? Cut main deck. I like the Mind Stones a lot because they help both plans. I actually felt Mind Stone was like one of the better cards. I probably would try and add one or two. I wasn't the biggest fan of like the Endbringers and the Wormcoil. The Wormcoil felt super greedy. I know you can fetch it though with Sanctum, so I understand the utility of this, but like I don't see how often you want Wormcoil, but like Ulamog is enough. Like, so I would put Wormcoil on the board. Actually, I just wouldn't have it. And then I don't. The Endbringers like they lose to like every removal spell with no value, so I'm just not a fan of them. I'd probably put a third Mind Stone in the deck because like it does everything you want. It like helps your mana. It works well with the 1-drops like the Dismember and stuff, so we could add 2 relics that way because we have Mind Stone. Mind Stone relic is totally fine. Yeah, like you just want to draw cards, and relic is exactly what you want. It's like disruption for some decks, and like it's card draw against others. Like I could see a 4th Mind Stone, but I think 3 is enough. Like, most likely. The Warping Will's main board would be great too. I'm not sure over what though. Like, I guess you could like hedge a bit. I do like Dismember a lot though. Warping Will's like been surprisingly good, and I think it's very well adapted in the format right now. So, but Dismember works well with a third Mind Stone. So yeah, it's close. Also, the relics don't work well with Chalice, but I think that's okay. It's okay. Yeah, so, okay, so we have 2 more sideboard slots. What would be good in the sideboard? Like, what did it feel like we needed? We faced a lot of random crap, but, there's not many sideboard options. Like, you could have a second caller, but that just seems... They always board in, like, Stony Silence and stuff, so... What could you do that really goes over the top? What Eldrazi's are there, anyways? Quantity 0, and we want colorless ones. Emrakul? No, I don't think you can play the Mind Control Emrakul. What do you have? You have artifact creatures, instant. Lands are almost... Yeah, because it's creature types in your graveyard, right? Yeah, so I don't think Emrakul is where you want to be. These are all uncastables. They look castable, but they're not. No, there's nothing here. I don't think so, at least. Blight Herder is kind of funny, but you need, like, the relics. Yeah, there's just not many options. Like, I'm looking at Rise of the Eldrazi, but those Eldrazi are, like, super pricey, usually. Okay. Let me think. What would be cool in the sideboard? I think 2 cages is okay. Like, the card doesn't do anything in multiples. Something to, like, smooth the deck over. Like, what's a good source of colorless card advantage? Like, what would you run if you wanted, like, cards that, like, colorless card advantage? The land... Like, yeah, it doesn't... You could put a land. Like, you never want to board up to 25, but... Actually, that's what I could see. I could see, like, one of the utility lands in the board. Like the Ghost Quarter. You could have the second Ghost Quarter here in the Mind Stone. is it? Mindstone promo. I really like the Mindstone. It was like basically exactly what you needed. And then you could board in a Ghost Quarter for those matchups. And then I would... What else? There's just not many options. Ratchet Bomb was... I don't really like Ratchet Bomb, but it might be like the best of a bad bunch. I kind of like Ratchet Bomb against... You have All Is Dust as well, so I could see a third All Is Dust. But All Is Dust is actually pretty good. There were a lot of times I wanted like another All Is Dust. So I can see that I'm like this. Yeah, I could see this. Okay. I'm gonna export this. So I'm gonna export this deck and put it on my Twitter so you can get both versions. Honestly, I don't think I can really recommend Eldrazi Tron. I think the deck is... I think it suffers from an identity crisis, right? Like, the Tron lands want you to do one thing, and the Eldrazi lands want you to do another. So, I personally would probably, like, either play straight up Tron. We'll test straight up Tron. Or, like, if you want mid-range, you can play, like, Shadow, or Abzan, or... you can even play, like, Bat Eldrazi. I think Bat Eldrazi is at least clear on what it wants to do. It suffers less as a result. Yeah, this seems probably fine. You could also have a third Dismember in the board. Yeah, actually the third Dismember is probably fine. You want to buy more time post-word, so... Yeah, we'll do this. I would recommend this. Okay. I'm gonna cut the stream here, because I have a lot of... I'm gonna, like, be shopping for, like... beef bourguignon for Christmas, so I'm gonna be like making beef bourguignon stew for Christmas, and I'm gonna get like 1.2 kilos of meat, a nice bottle of wine, and everything. So that'll be really nice. Yeah. But even though it's like Christmas Eve tomorrow, I'll still be streaming. So for those of you who are interested in watching, it'll start at an hour earlier. So it'll start at 2 p.m. Eastern. Rather than 3 p.m., which has been. And tomorrow's Mono Blue Merfolk, so we're looking to be a lot more on board with Mana Janelle, and I'm definitely playing Mono Blue Merfolk. Like, the blue-green version that came out early, I don't think is very good, so we're gonna play Mono Blue. That's pretty much it for the stream. Thank you so much for watching. Again, having my first subscriber ever was actually pretty amazing, but yeah. I would say, by the way, if you haven't given my channel a follow and you still want more modern content, I would recommend you do so, since I'll be streaming 21 more decks, considering a lot more play points too in the process. But yeah, there'll be 21 more decks that I'll be streaming on the channel. So if you're interested in that, in modern content, like, definitely give the channel a follow. It's basically every day starting at 3 p.m. Eastern. Some days are different. You can check the schedule on that I'm linked. That's pretty much it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.